Hi.
Hey, babe.
Nice shirt.
Nice shirt. Look at you.
I love it.
The drip, drip. All right. All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm
Do you want to
sad.
flip it or I flip it?
You can flip it.
All right. What have you learned about being a partner by living with other couples?
Wow. I'm floored right now. It's a good question. This one's gonna be a doozy. What have I learned about being a partner by living with other couples? All right, so just for the sake of this conversation, if I feel like I'm going on a tangent, just pull me
I
back
got
in.
you.
Or if there's any type of gap,
I got you.
just
Go ahead.
feel me this. I want to make sure we hit this,
Go
right?
ahead. Go.
You know what? I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll jump
Aw.
into you. I love you, babe.
Okay. No, it's just because you can't. You need more time to think.
I have a little more time, so I'll play off of you though. And I'll say this. I feel like our answers will be similar,
Yeah.
but I'll let you lead this one.
Yeah. I think what I've learned about being a partner is not much different than last week's question where we were talking about like our experiences together as a couple, or we've talked about this sometime on Raw Honey, but being around other couples has really solidified or made it clear that every couple has a bond and every couple balances each other out, and we balance each other out very well. And I think you catch me when I'm low and I catch you when I'm low, and then
You definitely do.
we just like help balance each other out. And I've noticed that with the rest of the couples as well, is that there's a really good bond between each couple. And I think for us, it's really reaffirming because we're such a new couple, and it's like, oh, okay, like they've been together for a few years and they're similar to what we are, and they're very good and they're very happy and they have a solid relationship, and we know that we're solid, but it's nice to see it in comparison to other couples and being around other
True.
couples.
True. So I'm gonna go back to the question now. I'm gonna answer. What have I learned about being a partner by living with other couples? Piggybacking off of what you said, I've learned that our relationship is headed into a right direction because we're so solid. We knew that. But when you get around other people, before I continue, I just say my dad would always tell me, you'd be surprised how much you learn about yourself. And I'm sure I said this before in Raw Honey. If I didn't, it's the first time I'm saying it. You'd be surprised how much you learn about yourself by being in a relationship with someone else. So when I'm gonna take that, I'm learning with us. And then once we put other people into the fold, being around other couples, I'm learning even more. What I've learned is that we're good, our foundation is dope. And the cool thing about it is when I see that other couples, since we are fairly new, but our love is here, we're solid, we really rock with each other. When I see other couples that have been together longer and they're still solid, but also they go through the same highs we go through the same lows we go through, I know that we're heading in the right direction and we're in a good space because I'm like, hey, these guys have been together 2, 3, 4 years and they still have bad days. They still have the same good days that we do. So that gives me faith that we build a good foundation and we're coming from a dope place and we're headed in a better direction.
Yeah. I like that we have like certain habits and those habits didn't change.
No.
Like our laundry.
Why
like,
would they change
cleaning
though?
it. I mean, I know, but it's just, you know, when you're in a different home and you're in this beautiful
I mean that in a good
home
way,
that
like they
feels
shouldn't
a
change. They're not gonna
hotel,
change.
You know, like I love to see those little things that were already about you. Like you are very neat and you're very clean and you're very organized.
It
and
wasn't
those
just for
things
show.
Carried over. Yeah, it wasn't just for
This is the
show.
real me.
So that is you. And we just kind of like look after each other in that way. And so that's really dope to see, even, you know, just to see it carry over.
Same. I'm gonna give you a compliment. Just your nurturing personality, how you're
Yeah.
caring. You care for me.
The house mom.
You are the house mom. You care for me. You care for our place. You care for our cat. And then once we moved into here with
Yeah.
other people, I saw that it just was magnified. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how Myra generally is. So I think that's the other thing I learned about us, that by being around with these other couples,
Other people see it too.
other people see it too.
Yeah.
And that gives us reassurance. That gives me reassurance. Not that I don't have faith in you.
Yeah.
I have the utmost. But when you see other people comment and like say good things about it, about like, oh, I love your guys' aesthetic, your dynamic,
Yeah.
how you guys interact with each other. That's another thing I've learned and took away from, like, oh, okay, we are doing something right. Because you guys have been, the other couples I'm speaking about, have been in a situation longer than us,
Yeah.
or lived together longer than
Yeah.
we have. So when we get complimented on things, or I just love, like Aaron will sometimes be like, oh, I love just like watching how you and Myra
Yeah.
interact, or how Myra and Chris interact with
Yeah.
each other. It's just faith,
Yeah.
restoration, like cool. So,
Yeah.
what I've learned from past relationships and just learned from my parents and family and how to love
Yeah.
and treat people. The light bulb went off. Something is going
Yeah.
right. So we're doing something right. Again,
And
it's
I love to see how the other couples interact. It's like, oh, we do that too. Like,
exactly.
Every couple will be in their own world when we're working during the day, but at some point we find each other and we're like, hey, how are you? How you doing? Like, and you don't have to say it, but you just see it.
Just
in
check
your
up on
body
it, like-
language. And so that's nice that every couple does that. And like I said, and like you said, it is just very reassuring to know that, oh, we're on the right track. And you look at the other couples and you're like, oh, they're doing great. And then we do the same thing and we're like, oh, okay, we're doing great too. So
Yeah,
that's
and I've also learned too, for us, not to compare. The other part about it is not to compare.
yeah,
What's that?
it's time.
It's time.
I think it's time.
I think it's time.
No, but go ahead.
Go ahead. This is the last thing.
Finish your sentence.
Finish.
Yeah.
All right. I just know that I've learned not to compare, and it's like, hey, we're in this house. We're with other couples, but like you said, our bond is our bond.
Yeah.
What they have is what they have, and don't sit up there and try and
Yeah.
let that mess what we got going. So yeah, that was the last thing I learned. Like
I
we
love
got a
it.
good thing. Let's just keep rolling what we're doing. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, it's very reassuring. It's
Very
really dope.
reassuring. Yes.
Yay.
Love you, babe.
Love you too.